nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. Anxiety, filling up every space, no privacy. And silently, it could build and build until you finally see, whoa, it's taking over, damn no closure, moving closer. No exposure, I just wanna be a loner. Some can't stay sober, looking over all their shoulders, like moving boulders just to get out of the home. It sucks, I've had enough, I don't wanna feel the stuck under the rug, all my problems that I shove. I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much.
Oh my God, on today, baby. Yesterday, Brother Nesto had a bad day in court. Yes, he did. Welcome to the Unfiltered Doll, baby, where we do a little bit of cussing around here. So your parental advisory has been advised. Also, baby, listen, we may have some bad opinions and whatever it is that you're going through. If you feel triggered, baby, just remember we're not talking about you. We're talking about the people on the screen. Baby, we got to get into a few things. First and foremost, thank you, everybody, for your patience. Okay, your gratitude, your blessings, the way you engaged with me, kept me company, the way you didn't judge me. I know you judged me a little bit, but the way you didn't judge me when those lives were buffering, okay, when the audio was missing in action, baby, you couldn't hear me saying a thing. Okay, some of y'all even sat back and decided to do what? Wait on me. Yes, you did. Look at y'all. Amazing. But baby, we're going to get right into it. This is a pre-recorded video. We just ask you to please hit the like button. Please, baby, we're trying to get into the what? Somebody's algorithm. Yes, we are, baby doll. Now let's get into what had happened down there at the courthouse, because I said, what is this, honey? Oh my God, on today. Now we did entertain, right? We did entertain what was going to happen at this final plea hearing, right? Because Mr. Nesto had a little pep in his step when he would be running around to the video chat with Sister Sonia, letting everybody know that he felt like he was, he was going to get some good news, like he was about to be out here running around, free as a bird, right? Now, I often say I don't think it's going to end like everybody expects. However, I did expect a little more than what we got on yesterday's court hearing. Okay, I did. That I will admit. Now, I know he's been saying he's been getting out before he even got in there. Okay, but it was almost like somebody's been feeding him some information. I don't know if they're feeding him hope, positivity. I don't know what's going on, but I feel like his cheerleaders, and let me take that away, his cheerleader, okay, I feel like he's being fed information that's not necessarily true. I feel like every time he's asking and fishing for an update, it makes me wonder, is his legal team not in contact with him? And does he not know what's going on? Because why is he always asking her for an update? Okay, so I don't know if she's feeding him false hopes. Oh, but baby, he's really gotten into the he's down there with his Lord and Savior. Yes, he is, baby. And he has faith way bigger than a mustard seed. They said all you need is a mustard seed, baby. He got the whole bottle of mustard. However, we don't know if that's delusion or if he's, if he's hopeful because of what's being fed to him by his homie lover and friend. So let's get into a few things before we get started. Baby, the judge said, not on my watch. Okay, the judge was not having it yesterday. I don't know why. I don't know who or what. But it was given. What is this, honey? I felt so sorry because I swear for God, it seems like every time Sister Pam flies into the Georgia to go through that airport, if you know about that airport, baby, you already know it's not many. It's not our favorite, okay? To go through all of that and to get just not even to get nothing, because you got nothing at the end of the day, nothing. I feel sorry for her, because not feel sorry for her like that in some, like, you know what I mean. I just feel sorry for her because that's time that's wasted, and that's money that's being spent for nothing. So that's what I mean by I feel sorry for her. It's just like, come on now. I don't, let me not, matter of fact, I want to, let's do that over again. I feel bad, you know, because it's just like to be boots on the ground when there was nothing at all worth her time, you know, unless, you know, visiting her family and friends can make up for that. It's just terrible. Okay. Now let's get into what had happened. Now we can do a little he say, she say, but why do that when we can just tell you exactly what happened? We don't want the people to say you're lying. Girl, that ain't what happened. Well, I tell you what happened, okay? I'm sure you already heard. But baby, the judge was not having it. And baby, I don't know what was wrong. I don't know if his grits were cold or if they gave him undone. Maybe his bacon, he likes his bacon fried to a crisp. Maybe it was a little too soft. But honey, he came up in there, and poor Nesto. Nesto had a bad day yesterday. So I was on a live, and when I heard the things that were going on, I said, well, what is happening? Now, I'm not going to get into how I feel about that live that I was on, baby, because that would be messy. I did that already somewhere else. But what I will say is this, baby, what is going on? So then I get on the live where, well, no, I did that later on. That was later. Yep. That was later on, baby. It wasn't, I was in confusion yesterday when it came to the live that I was on, trying to figure out what was going on with the judge, because last time I checked, the people were back in the back, you know, in the back room talking. We're waiting to hear back. Well, what's going to happen? What's going on? And then, baby, we got into this right here. So, you know, I'm going to read this the unfiltered doll way, if you don't mind. You know, let me bump this up because, baby, I don't want to lie to y'all. I can't even really see this, okay? So yesterday we were down at the courthouse on April 30th, 2025, and that was scheduled for the final plea hearing for Ernest Williams, okay? And thereupon the following proceedings were had. Okay, shout out to, is it Folanda? Baby, come on, Folanda, with an F as in Frank and F as in funny business, because the lawyers, not the lawyers, but the judge was not in the mood. No, he was not, honey. So the court, all right. Now, when they say the court, they are referring to the judge. And it says, all right, I see a camera. Yes. So when it comes to the male, it's the male. He is the one with the films. And he says, yes, sir, Warren Russell. And the judge says, all right, may I see your Rule 22, giving you authority to record in the courtroom, please. Okay. All right. For WKRA 92.7, this is on Mr. Ernest Williams, signed by me, September of last year, for the court date of October 2nd of 2024. So then he's referring to the female sugars with the films, okay? And he says on that form, I've checked off for the duration. Hold on, y'all. I got to bear with me, child. I got to scroll down. I cannot see. See, now I wanted to do this straight through. But I swear for God, I cannot see it. So just bear with me, baby. Y'all know it's unprofessional. You already know it's unprofessional. Why can't I see? Or here we go. Okay. Let me scroll on up here. You know, I don't like to be thrown off when I'm trying to read. Okay. Now let's get back to the screen. I got to bump it up because I really can't. I wonder if I take this. Excuse me, y'all. Give me a second. Let me see if I can transfer it over here. Yeah, that's what I got to do. I'm sorry, y'all. This is terrible. Y'all would think we're on the live, baby. This is a pre-recording. How ghetto is that? Okay, so let's continue. So he went to the female sugars with the films, and he said, on that form I've checked off for the duration is what she says. It says we don't really know how long the trial is going to be. I'm not aware of a requirement to get a new one for every, and baby, the judge says, it is. So then Sister Girl said, it is, and the court, meaning the judge, said, it is. So the female sugar said, okay, I'll get it done. Okay, will you allow us to still? No. I said, oh, honey, what is wrong with him? Oh, baby, did they put the warm milk in his Wheaties? And she said, okay, that's fair. So, honey, the judge says, and I need to find out what the proper remedy is for you doing this without proper order. And she said, well, it's checked off on the form. No. We might need to have a show cause hearing as to why you all should not be held in contempt. And the female sugars with the film said, because it's worded on, it's actually written on the form. And I've covered several hearings since that time. And I've presented this Rule 22 each time. And then is it Warren Russell Jr.? And the male gentleman with the film said, yes, sir. And the judge says, yours is also from another court date, December 18th of 2020. So then, baby, I don't know if this, Sugar, did you interrupt the judge? She said, Your Honor, if I may, that's also my Rule 22 as well. I was the one that communicated with the media, and I was doing it continuously. And that's why next to the date we have that, because we were doing it for each date. One, so I put the continuance and they said they would accept it. No. They have specific dates on here, the time, the date, the courtroom. The purpose of this is to give the parties notice. So we'll take these matters up at another time. But I believe you all have violated the rule, and we'll set a hearing to see if you violated the rule and what the appropriate remedy is. And the female sugars with the film said, all right, thank you, Your Honor. We were just trying to be, you all may be excused. That's what it was given. The live where I was at, baby, and the audio that I had heard, baby, that's what it was given. But y'all can tell me what you think down there in the live chat. There is a live chat. It's a premiere. Or you can let me know when you catch the replay. How were you feeling about the judge? He was very, real snappy. You know what I mean? I said, ooh. Don't get nasty is what it was given. Oh, what is going on with him today? He was not in the best of moods, okay? And it says here, the judge says, anything from the parties on the Williams case based on the information we just received for the state. So Mr. Wooten said, nothing, Your Honor. The judge said, for the defense. Mr. Hoover said, no, Your Honor. And then the judge said, all right, very well. I will see what the appropriate remedy is, and we'll have a hearing on. I know previously the defense had filed a motion that I denied. We'll see where we are now, all right? Thank you all. And Mr. Wooten said, thank you, Judge. And baby, that was it. I said, well, were we here for Ernesto Williams or not? Baby, maybe we were there for William Pryor. I don't know, but I'm like, what had happened? Now, poor Nesto, he was down there texting his heart and soul out about, what he was going to do on today. Yes, he was, baby. What he was going to do on today. And honey, he didn't do a damn thing. I don't even think he was there. I don't know if they had him in the back. I don't know if he was in the basement. I don't know where he was at. I know that he was not in the courthouse, but my God, on today. And let me tell you something. What makes this a terrible situation for him? Sometimes you got to be careful of the company that you keep, okay? Because, baby, sometimes people that you feel like are there to support you are loud and wrong, and they're not really there to do a damn thing for you but cause a bunch of chaos. And speaking of such, like, misinformation and loud and wrong, I do have a word from one of our sponsors. Don't be mad. I know you're like, girl, you got a sponsor, and do. Now, if you are in the back of your mind saying, you know what, I would love to become a content creator. Remember, if you're chatting with me or if you're able to leave a comment down below, you are already a content creator as soon as you upload a video, baby. Okay. So all you have to do is just upload your first video. But let me tell you how it works. Well, let my sponsor tell you how it works. Okay.
On YouTube, they get paid once a month or what?
They get paid once a month, not every month.
Oh,
you know, YouTube pay you once a month. It don't pay you every month.
I try to tell this girl gonna say she get paid every week.
She don't get paid on every week.
She get paid what?
She get paid once a month. So just say if she doing her hours on live or doing her YouTube channel or whatever the case may be, she ain't gonna be able to cash that check out until next month.
So they only get paid
once a month. Not 2 weeks, not week after week, not an everyday week, once a month.
So who paid like daily?
They say Google.
Wait, what's the other thing used to be on? The other thing used to pay you every day.
You talking about Bigo?
They don't have it no more, do they?
They still do.
You don't ever be on there.
Cause it's too messy.
I remember they
and know what I mean? I'm very disrespectful, so when I get real disrespectful, they ready to meet up with me, they ready to fight, they be ready to do all, cause I don't be caring. I be going in.
So it seems like yesterday's court hearings, the court hearing for yesterday were for the videographers, honey, not for Nesto. And as soon as it was over, you have somebody who gets on live, very happy and excited. Oh, baby, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands type of energy and vibe. And she caught herself telling everybody what had happened. And baby, it was given. How is it that you are all supposed to be Team Williams and uplifting him and making sure all is well and that he is, innocent until proven guilty, and that you are the face of all of the drama from yesterday? Now, I understand that originally his date was for June, right? The end of June, I believe. You can correct me if I'm wrong, which usually I am. But the excitement to have the final plea at the end of April for it to be ruined by whatever was going on. Now, that person does not want the blame on her. She claims this, that, and the third happened. Baby, listen, I can't tell you. I can't tell you what happened because I was just on somebody's live to listen to it, because I do not reside in the state of Georgia, nor was I down there at the Fulton County to say exactly what went down. I can just give you hearsay, but it's just crazy that even if you didn't have anything to do with it, the facts are this. The facts, first of all, sister girl wasn't even there. Sonia wasn't even there, baby. I don't know where Sonia was at, okay? I don't know if she had the stomach flu. She couldn't get a babysitter, baby. I don't know where she was at. But it just sucks that for you, Nesto, that you were excited to go to court, just to, and regardless if he didn't show up or not, you know what I mean? He was excited for 4:30, talking about his fast was over, tomorrow, referring to 4:30, to get a bunch of nothing, a bag of nothing. Baby, some of you will say a bag of dicks. Like he had in that truck. But anyway, honey, just to get a bag of nothing has to be very, very sad. And what a day for you, Nesto. Wow. Do I feel sorry for him? I'm going to ask you all, do you feel sorry for what happened yesterday with absolutely nothing when it comes to Nesto in his final plea hearing? You let me know how you feel about that, baby. Let me see if there's anything else that I need to address in this pre-recorded video. We are coming back from, baby, we didn't have any power we didn't have, baby, listen. I love y'all down, honey. Y'all rode with me and y'all were patient with me, honey. We had piss poor audio. buffering. And some of you will say, well, girl, that's typical and normal around here, honey. I didn't ask you that. Go on and set on down. Now I'm talking about the power outage. I'm just playing, but girl, I'm not talking about what we do around here. You know, the typical day. I'm talking about what had happened. It was very bad yesterday. Thank y'all so much for, you know, your encouragement, hanging out with me. Hey, baby, your patience, your blessings. Oh, y'all really spoiled me. Yes, you did. And I just can't. I can't thank you enough. That means the world to me. And I also got a cash app from somebody yesterday evening. I don't know who you are, and I wish I did so that I can at least, you know, thank you so much, baby doll. I truly appreciate. And you sure are pretty. Yes, you are, honey. I have a HIPAA rule because, see, with the cash app, sometimes your government name is all over that first and last name. You know what I'm saying, baby? So I definitely don't want to say your name, but I do want to thank you so much, baby, for sending that over to me in the evening like that. You all have been just amazing. And look at her, honey. She real pretty too. Look at her here. Girl, I ain't gonna flirt you. Look at that. And is, yes, she is, baby. What if that's her daughter? Let me stop, honey, because she is. Whew, y'all show is fine. Anyway, honey, what were we talking about here? Okay, what's this here? Now, I feel like this. It sucks that, you know, at the end of all of this moving forward, if they take the Rule 22 away, trust and believe people do know how to take notes. So we're still going to know what's going on down there at the courthouse as long as it's open to the public, right? But it just truly sucks that all of this turned into a circus, because what was all the sniggling and giggling about after we left the courthouse? Miss Sylvia? Oh, girl, and you know you acted, girl. You said some things on your live yesterday to Miss Mary Agnes. Oh, I said, what did you say to Miss Mary Agnes? Girl, that was crazy. And then not only that, what was I going to say here? I still stand on, at the end of this all, not on the final plea hearing, okay? I'm just saying at the end of this all, I still don't think it is going to be what we all expect. All right. And I'm still going to stand on if you know, I'll eat crow if I'm wrong. All right. Now, I want to touch on something. When those two ladies, when they get up there on the Itchy and the Scratchy show and they start up all of the theatrics and the performance and they do the stage play, they get their Medea on. I start to wonder if sometimes Sonia feeds Sylvia false information as well for her to get up on her live to make it seem like she's an insider and she has the scoop and the details. Because I just feel like after what happened yesterday, obviously you are not in the know at all. But we already knew that back when we had the motion to quash situation, when you all did that mock reading. So we already know, okay, that most things are all a play, or, you know, or a plot. And that's okay, baby. You got to do what you got to do out here in these YouTube streets, right? You got to do whatever you got to do, baby. They say it's hard out here for a pimp, honey, when you're trying to get the money for the rent. That's what they had told me. Okay. But I feel like Sonia is feeding, allegedly. These are just my thoughts, baby. Let me put my banner up because I've been given what a bad opinion since 1978. I feel like sometimes she's feeding Nesto and Sylvia information that's not necessarily true. And this is what you get as the result, you know, a bunch of foolishness and fuckery. Okay. Excuse my language, honey. I'm trying to do better and be, you know, I need to be a lady. I'm trying to be a lady, honey. Okay. And also, whatever's going on in the chat, I just want to let the people know that these are my personal opinions only. The content is for entertainment purposes only, but at the same time, this is somebody's real life. This is real life. Okay, baby. So if you're listening, the views and opinions shared in this live stream, it is reflecting personal experiences and perspective, good and bad opinions you may disagree with. And my guests, meaning my dolls, their opinions of their own. It does include their freedom to express and their freedom of speech, okay? I didn't say it, they said it, honey. I might agree, I might disagree, but I just wanted to make sure we put that up there for the people. Looking at the screen. Absolutely. Now, that's all I got, baby, when it comes to all of this. And I feel like, again, I'm gonna go back to Sylvia. To get on your live, instead of staying out of it, you bring up all of the drama from the courthouse, and it just makes you look like you are now the center of his issues and his problems. This man has been sitting in jail since July of 2022. And although most of us probably really don't give a damn about that, regardless if it seems unfair or not, you would have to ask the others how they feel about it, not me. I just feel like it's just not, that's not it. That's definitely not it. It's definitely not a vibe. I also feel like Hoover, I don't know why he's so uptight when it comes to the media and what's going on with YouTube. The only thing I can assume is Hoover does not like it when the girls talk about his fashions. I don't think he likes when y'all talk about the back of his neck or how his suit jacket is fitting or his pants. So I think he takes that personal. That's the only thing I can assume, because why do you care? You're a busy man. You got a folder of, you got more than a folder, baby. You got so much work on your hands. To care about this is crazy. To care about YouTube is absolutely insane. And it has to be because someone is constantly harassing him and telling him what's going on, and he's just sick of it. And it's like now this trickled down to the April 30th hearing, and the whole hearing was about the films. Weird, right? What do you think? So I don't know. I guess on tomorrow, somebody got to do the dirty work to see what they gonna do down there on the Itchy and Scratchy show. Do they think this is a win? I don't know. I don't know. But y'all let me know what you think, baby. I'm about to get on out of here. That's all I got. Let me see here. Do we have anything else? Yep, I said all I needed to say. Definitely not a win for anybody at all. There was not a win yesterday. The only thing, it was not a win for anybody at all yesterday. I'm just sorry. It just was a waste of time and waste of energy, a waste of gas, a waste of, airfare, hotel expenses. And that's sad. That's so sad. And if that judge did sign off on a continuous Rule 22, baby, I don't know. Hey, y'all can come up in here talking about, well, doll, hey, now, I don't know what you can and cannot do down there at the courthouse. I told you I don't know much about the courthouse, baby. I don't know what you can do and what you can film and what you can record, sugars. But all I'm saying is this. All right. This man ain't had no Tootsie Cat. He ain't had no apples, no oranges. He ain't had no access to nobody's credit card, photo ID, social security card. He has not been on no car lot. This man has been down there into the jailhouse since the July of 2022. And y'all better make sure, is he okay? Did somebody check up on him? Did y'all check up on your friend? Because Brother Nesto, what he had yesterday on the April 30th was a bad day. Okay. And regardless of where he was at when he found out the bad news, baby, today, I don't know what is going through his mind. But what I do know is this. Sometimes you got to be very mindful of the company that you keep. Okay, honey. And that's all I get. Baby, that's all I got. That's it. And that's all. Let's go ahead and play the song Anxiety for Nesto, because baby, Nesto's stressed out. Yes, he is. Happy birthday to you, baby. It is May 1st. If it is your birthday today, let me get his ass off my screen real quick. Honey, if it is your birthday today, happy birthday to you, baby. It is a blessing to see another day, another year. I hope you get everything that you wanted to get, and you better be eating good, feeling good, looking good, and smelling good, baby. Please do not log in none of those macros into that health fitness app. We just truly don't care about your health today. It's your birthday. Celebrate. You can be healthy tomorrow. All right. Enjoy your time. Let me play that Taurus song for you, baby.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Happy birthday to you once again. And baby, that's all I got. Y'all go ahead and grab y'all a little something to drink from down here to the bar, honey. And let's go ahead and just, honey, let me go here over here to Nesto's house real quick, honey. We want to make sure we give him the proper send-off because, honey, I don't think he's doing well. I don't think he's doing good at all. Not today. We got to check up on him tomorrow, honey. Yeah, we got to check up on him tomorrow. Yes, we do, honey.
I've been feeling weird. I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear. Sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me. But let's be really real. Anxiety can foggy all this stuff. It sucks when you finally feel like giving up. Oh God, no luck. Everything feels like you're sticky stuck. I'm lost, handcuffed to the bed where I sleep. Don't give a fuck, can't stop. Unplug, feeling overwhelmed. I think I've had enough. Gotta find a way to get some energy. Gotta find someone who's a good friend of me. I need purpose to make it all worth it. I'm still searching and I'm still learning. I want a life that's filled with memories, not a life with regret in front of me. I need focus to keep me from hopeless psychosis if I keep moping. I got nightmares in my head. I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I got nightmares in my head. I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me. But let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight.
Nesto, baby, do you have any last words before we depart this live, honey?
If he can't goddamn read, get a bitch to read it for him. I don't give a fuck. He needs to read what I sent to him to his uncle so that uncle see what the real shit is.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Unfiltered Doll Reactions.
All right, Slash.
I wish you worked the phone. Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah.
Please tell me all the bad, never good. Fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts. I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong. I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay